Hello. Good to see you again. Right. Now, this is a very quick little tutorial video of how to get started in Wizonk, because the main menu is a little bit confusing to new people, I think. So, when you first load, this is what you'll be looking at. Just press fire and the menu will load. You will see something like this. You'll see that there are two controllers. One is controlled by the second joystick port, and this one's controlled by the main joystick port. If you want 4 players, you'll need to go over here and enable the parallel port players. Let's do the most important stuff first. If you want to change characters, you can either click on the space next to or click on the little character portrait, and that'll switch between those. If you'd like a random character, you can press the little dice per character, and that will be entirely random. If you want all the characters to be random, you can press that dice there. Over here is the weapon controls. You can see that's the standard fireball, which everyone starts with in the default game mode. There's bows, there's bombs, there's other things. If you don't like a weapon and you don't want it to appear in random weapon drops, you can just press fire on it and it will deselect it. But if you want, say, player 1 to start off with a different weapon, you can press the little purple light. If you want player 2 to start off with a different weapon, you can press the little green light. Blue and red, yep, and so on. If you want everyone to get random weapons, you can press that, and then every round you'll start with random weapons. There's also the reset to switch everything back to the defaults. There's cycle forwards, so everyone's weapon choice moves along one. And there's this, which means all 4 players start off with special weapons. Each character has a different weapon that if they pick up one of these, it'll actually substitute it for a different weapon entirely, a special weapon, which is usually more powerful. Tournaments. If you want it to have like the best of 3, not the best of 3, sorry, first to 3 wins, first to 5 wins, or first to 10 wins, you can select there. Up there in the top right is the documentation, but if you want to read the instructions, you can do it that way. Now, this is interesting as well. If you want everyone to have the same amount of health, you can just press on it like this. Now, everyone has 10 hit points, which is the default. 3. If you press button 2 on that, you can activate a special ridiculous 30 health mode. But I wouldn't probably bother. That means it makes 10 is the default. But it is fun to have instant death sometimes. If you want a handicap on a certain player, you could have everyone have 10 hit points except player 1, who you've given 3 hit points, for example. Oh, sorry, that's player 2. Anyway, player 2. And then give player 3 5 hit points. You can just choose. That is the timer. How much time there is for each round. Infinite, 3 minutes, 60 seconds, or 30 seconds. 30 seconds is a very, very short game because, well, obviously it is. Now, next most important thing probably is the level choice. With the levels, you can just choose one. You can leave it at random, or player 1 at least can press R2, not R2, what am I talking about? Button 2, button B, whatever, the second button, and you can disable levels so they won't appear in random rotation. If you want to reset it so that they're all in rotation, you can just press that reset thing. Now, next, the settings that affect pretty much everything. If you want the music turned off, you can press that. If you want the monsters turned off, you can press that. You can turn off weapon drops there. You can turn off the guest characters with that, which means you'll only have the standard warlocks and wizards and clerics and stuff, and none of the silly characters. Tags are so it's easier to tell if you've... tags are like a little label that appears above the player, or is it below the player? On the player, so that you can tell which character's which. If, for example, you've all chosen to have the same, let's say Francis. Francis from Creeping Me Out as a guest character. If you've got 4 Francises, they're not color coded. They all look like Francis. So if you want to be able to easily tell which one's which, you can turn on player tags. Normally you don't need it. Character specific weapons. That is exactly what it sounds like. The special weapons can be turned off entirely if you don't want that. And final powers are a thing that happens towards the end of the match. Little power-up stars will appear at the bottom, which give you 5 health, as well as activating your special weapon. There is one last thing in this set of things, which is this: item boxes. It's way more fun, I think, to have the item boxes destructible, but it's not set like that as default because it's a little bit tougher, particularly for new players, because people who know what they're doing can use the item boxes as traps, essentially, by shooting them just as the other person's about to collect them and stuff. Now, there's a little bit of information about the levels when you when you hover over them. See the little four arrows next to the name of the map? That shows that it's a level with fall through. So if you fall off the bottom of the level, you'll appear on the top, or potentially if you go left, you'll appear on the right, stuff like that. Some of them have a bit of one or both, and a lot of them have different environmental things. Glaciers have got ice blocks, so you can slip around. Pool Party has water you can swim in. There's a heck of a lot of stuff going on. Now these over here, this just changes the background theme. That's entirely just superficial, what you want it to look like. And that saves all settings and high scores. So if you've got a sort of long-running rivalry going on, you can save the scores. But if you want to just have a quick, friendly game and not overwrite your scores, you can disable. It won't write them to disk when you save if you've got that disabled. What else is there? That is to reset the scores entirely, and that is to show the current scores, which there won't be any yet. So let's put everyone on random. Let's put the weapons on random. Let's put the level on random, and let's put everyone's health at 10. Okay. So I'll just do a quick little game. Right, you can see from which door on the little doors which player is going to appear where, because they're color coded. So this purple warlock has his special weapon. You can see at the bottom left, there's a little skull. This is his potion, which some of them do really odd things. This one you can control remotely, so the skull I'm in control of, but at the same time as controlling myself, that gets to be a bit of a nightmare. So, yeah, so let's move someone else. Blah, 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 blah. Is it, where are all the players? Can I control any of them with the keys? Yes, there we go. The blue wizard. Blue wizard is dead. Red warlock wins. Hooray. That is a roundup of who won what and what weapons they had. Red warlock wins. He has 1 point now. I'll do one more match. And then I'll show how tournaments work as well. The icy level. So I'll be the purple one. This time I've got bombs. Bombs are great because the longer you hold it, the further you throw them. Uh-oh. Bombs are a little bit sticky as well. Whoop. Penguins. Can I control any of these guys? No. Okay. Let's kill Mixel. Die, Mixel. Yep, that worked. Okay, so Purple Warlock wins. He also has 1 point. So let's turn on a tournament now. Tournament like that. And you'll see what happens when I very quickly win one of these. Level's funny. Okay, it's Mixel with bombs again. Okay. Sorry, Lydia. If you press escape, it'll automatically kill everyone, and no one will get a point for it. It's dangerous. This is one of those levels where I can go off the top. One. Doing a very good job of killing Cammy, am I? Right, that'll do it. Purple Mixel wins. You can see there's 3, so I need to get 3. Let's do that, and then I'll wrap the video up. What weapon have I got now? Oh, I'm Earrock. I'm Earrock with the ability to turn people into frogs. Not the most effective weapon, but one of the funny ones. The frogs are color-coded, and if they... of course they are. Let's deal with that witch. As she falls down. Oh, damn it, how did I miss? Ah, there we go. She gonna jump up? Got it. Oh, before they disappear entirely, you see the bottom bar. It has the weapon, it has the number of wins for each character, and it has... what else does it have? Oh, it has the health. Yeah, and it has the timer. Pretty obvious stuff. Sorry. Getting... oh, it's my special weapon. My little potion bottles of slime. Slime... ah! And some of the characters are more powerful than others. There's no way to balance something with this many crazy weapons. But it does make it pretty funny. Entertainingly chaotic. These little cultists, they have pretty rudimentary enemy AI. Take that wizard out. Okay. Ah, those little boxes appearing next to me are obviously weapon power-ups. I'm doing the strange little dance. What? That is a strange little dance, but Purple wins the tournament. That's me. And if we press play or back now because we won, it'll just kick us back out into the main menu. Okay, that's a rough explanation of how everything works in Wizonk Magic Arena. Enjoy playing, and hope to see you online on Amiga Live. And I look forward to showing you the single player mode, which is very close to done.